Hey you guys, today you have a wonderful lesson about the Good Shepherd, right? Jesus says, I am the Good Shepherd. And so a little bit about shepherds. You know, shepherds were the ones that really took care of all of the sheep, right? They would, especially a long time ago, and even some in different parts of the world, some shepherds still have a little staff like this. And, you know, sometimes the sheep get out of line or they don't know what to do or where they're going, but they can kind of take this and gently pull the sheep back in to take care of them and say, hey, go this way. This is the way that's safe and good for you. And in some ways, that's what Jesus does for us. He says, this is what I want for you. One thing Jesus says that I think you're going to find really interesting, he says, I know my own, and my own know me, that the sheep know his voice. It's very, very interesting. I once knew a man. He didn't have sheep. I've known people who've had sheep before, but he had cattle. He had cows. And all of his cows, all of his cattle, they knew his voice. They knew his voice, and they only answered to him. This man ended up getting very sick, and he couldn't take care of his cattle. And he had many brothers, and his brothers would go out to try to take care of his cows, his herd of cattle. And they would go and call them and call them and call them. They'd say, you know, come boss. That's what he used to say. He'd go out in the pasture with a load of food for them, and he'd say, come boss. Every one of them comes running. But those cows wouldn't even come to the sound of his brothers' voices. So what they did was they took his pickup and they drove it down to where they had the food. And when those cows saw the pickup that they knew belonged to their master, they came running. Really interesting. They didn't listen to all these other voices in the world. They followed only the voice of their master. That's who Jesus is for us, this good shepherd. He says, my voice is the one that gives you life and love and care for you. And that's what we get to talk about today. Jesus is the good shepherd, the one who wants a really full and wonderful life for us and says, hey, follow me. Let's go this way, because this is where you'll find that you are loved and that you are good, and that you are worth everything that God has to offer. So I hope you have some fun with that. And remember, this good shepherd is always looking out for us. Enjoy your day.